2 and world champion against the world number 3 and
25.
Grand Slam champion in the final of Players' Championship 5.
25.
Gerwyn Price has been playing some really impressive stuff today, and it looks pedestrian compared to some of the stuff that Peter Wright has been chucking. He has been
25.
unreal today. He's got a tournament average of more than 105. He's hit 21
Bullseye.
maximums.
Bill, and we'll throw
And he
first.
has just won the bullseye. He has the advantage of throwing first. I'm Dan Dawson talking you through it alongside Chris Murphy. £10,000 on offer to the winner. We will have another new winner on the Pro Tour this year. 5 events, 4 different winners so far, and neither of these guys have won either.
123.
Yeah, we have seen some quite incredible stuff over the course of this afternoon from many players. But as you referred to Peter Wright, top of the pile, and by a distance as well, he has produced some quite remarkable performances. We've seen loads of massive averages, and at the end of the day I'm pretty sure that this could be a record-breaking tournament in terms of tournament average, but Peter Wright was threatening to break his own record earlier on. 120 average in one match, could have been 125. That match is available to view on the
96.
PDC YouTube page against Adrian Gray. Catch that after this, but this could be, well, every bit as good in terms of quality, but I imagine that it'll be a lot closer as well.
Well, these two met in the semi-finals of the World Championship, of course, and there was some playful banter beforehand where they were both saying, "Oh, I'm going to win, I'm not even going to let him have a set." So when Peter Wright won the first set and pointed that out to Gerwyn Price, he didn't like it. I'm kind of hoping that one of them wins the first leg and reminds the other.
Double 19 to do that.
Game shot.
Are you going to remind him, Peter? Tickle his belly like you did at Ali Pali? That's not Dan finding the joke funny, that's me tickling his belly.
139.
Playful banter that will turn nasty as the evening goes on.
Inevitably. But some start to this final, which is kind of what we expected and what we hoped for. Gerwyn Price has already made a final one of these, and he was denied by the mind-blowingly good stuff from Nathan Aspinall, who was on the crest of a wave.
180.
Well, his run of losing to the player that wins the tournament is either going to continue or he's going to win it himself. In each of the 3 events that he's played on the floor this year, he's lost to eventual winners
100.
Gary Anderson, Aspinall and Ryan Searle at various stages of the tournament.
81.
You could say he's lucky to be in this final, however, having survived 4 darts to be beaten by Steve Lennon, who you'd have to have a heart of stone not to feel for.
Yeah, how many 180s did he hit in that game?
10 in that semi-final, yes. He's at 24, more than anyone today, although Peter Wright is likely to surpass that in this match, as Price looks at double top.
61.
Now, he had a bit of bother with that in the semi-final. A lot of his darts were going low, but he will persevere. It's very rare he goes anywhere else, and well, there's 4 doubles that he ends up on, really, isn't there?
140.
Tops, 10s, 5s, and then now and again double 12.
Game shot.
And he pops tops for the first time and levels up.
Well, Peter Wright, of course, this year played in the World Championship final, beat Michael van Gerwen. Played in the Masters final, beat Michael Smith, although
180.
that was a close run thing, as Peter Wright hits his first 180 of the final and his 22nd of today.
100.
But the last final that he lost was the final of the Grand Slam of darts, and it was perhaps the most dominant display of a final we saw all last year. Gerwyn Price winning it comfortably as Peter Wright comfortably fires in 5 perfect darts.
140.
We have had a 9-dart leg, the 10th across all tours this year in the PDC. That was by Steve Lennon in a match against Kai Fan Lung, and a game in which he'd gone off 180 in the previous leg as well.
Yeah, 2 legs there. Steve Lennon, 180, ton. Left on 41, didn't go out. Then 180, 141 out, 9-darter.
Yeah, massive credit he comes away from today with. Massive credit as well to Devon Peterson.
59.
Beaten in his first semi-final in the PDC.
Well, this is what makes it so fascinating. because we've got Peter Wright playing arguably the best darts in the world
Game shot.
as he produces another 11 dart leg on double 8 to go 2-1 up. We've got the likes of Gerwyn Price, who they've just
80.
carried on from last year playing really, really top level stuff. Glenn Durrant's in there as well. But Michael van Gerwen and Gary Anderson playing with a point to prove, and then other players who are stepping up and reaching heights they've not reached before. The likes of Devon, the likes of Steve Lennon. We know they've got
180.
talent, but they're not making it easy for these established names. Ryan Searle winning his first title, of course.
180.
180 by Wright, responded to in kind by Price. In the last leg we saw Wright toss in 5 consecutive perfect darts. He's done that again.
140.
I'm not sure he had much to work with in that particular bed.
140.
There has only been one match where Peter Wright has dipped below that 3-figure average mark. That was against Durrant in the quarter-finals. Still won it very, very comfortably.
Well, that's it, isn't it? There's only Ryan Joyce managed to get 3 legs off him and lose. And Devon Peterson got close, but Price to level this up with a 101. Wright has already taken out that 98.
Game shot.
Fired up, Gerwyn Price. As you probably would be when you're averaging 114, it's only good enough for 2-all because your opponent's averaging near 130.
Yeah, that raw there,
134.
Gerwyn Price. You're not really supposed to on the floor, but I don't think it matters as much in a final. There's nobody else playing. That's the reason for it, isn't it? That you don't push off
100.
other players. I'm all for it in the final.
Well, he wouldn't be the first one to make a song and dance of things, would he? I mean, I remember the Christoph Ratajski-Adrian Lewis game was fabulous for him.
140.
Now, this is an interesting little story as well, isn't it, between Wright and Price? Because as you mentioned at the start of it, they were
125.
sort of pals going into that World Championship match. It turned a little bit heated, and Price actually in the end admitted that Wright had won the tactical mind game. But they've been sort of friends ever since. It's just as likely to explode here, isn't it? Or even explode on Thursday night in the Premier League, because that can happen in the heat of battle.
Yeah, I mean, they will play each other in Dublin on Thursday in the Premier League. But here as well, it matters. Of course it matters. Right, looking for another 11 darter.
Game shot.
He has won 3 legs and they've all been 11 darters. This is absolutely mind-blowing. But you cannot take this out of Gerwyn Price's game.
140.
This is who he is. This is how he plays the game. This is why when he was on that effectively a suspended sentence when the DRA started wading in and throwing enormous fines around, then had to admit they got it wrong and halved it.
140.
He said, I can't stop being me. And he was completely right to, because look what he's done. People were talking about him last year as being the best player in the world. There was a debate
134.
certainly being had about it.
Well, let's have the debate now, shall we, Dan? Who is the best player in the world?
Well, I've said already today that I think Peter Wright is playing the best darts in the world. I think there was a little spell last summer, around the World Match Play where Peter Wright won 3 titles in a row, including 2 of these back-to-back
43.
in a World Series event, where I think he was the best player on the planet. But right now, I think Peter Wright is playing just like that, arguably a little bit better.
134.
Well, I agree, so debate over.
Okay, thanks.
But yeah, he's statistically producing the best stuff. He's got the two TV titles of the year under his belt, hasn't he? The World Championship and the Masters. Hard to argue. As Price looks for double 18 to level up.
3-3, 127 plays 117 in the averages. We have had 3 11 darters for Peter Wright, and 11, a 12 and a 13 for Gerwyn Price. At the moment, the average winning leg is coming in 11.5 darts.
140.
That's about 120 average.
Well, look, it's perhaps not even at the halfway mark, this final, but if the standard continues as it is, not only could we see Peter Wright smash that record broadcast average, we could also see the highest average ever recorded from the two players combined.
97.
Well, look, we're not even. Neither player is halfway to victory here. One of them will be halfway to victory at the end of this leg.
$140.
And Gerwyn Price, as ridiculous as it sounds, may hold the advantage. Was it slipping away?
58.
It is.
$140. $140.
Double 16. I think that's the first dart at double he's missed. Quickly followed by the second.
No score.
And the third. And in a game of so few mistakes, Gerwyn Price must capitalise.
Double 6 to do just that.
60.
And you can see the unleashing of anger at himself there from Price. He knew that there was a chance, a rare chance afforded by Wright, who can't get any closer without hitting that.
Game shot.
And was clever there, just decided to go to a different part of the double. Pinpoint precision in the end.
135.
Yeah, I do think that's been a feature. When Peter Wright has been playing his best stuff, you can see him not just aim for beds, he's going for specific bits of it. He's one of the most stubborn players on treble 20, although he's just switched down
93.
around the board there because he's blocked it. But he's able to do that because he's not just throwing it in a general direction. He's looking at exact little points.
Well, that must be one of the most frustrating things about this game, that you can be really, really close and actually make it harder for yourself. And that's what Wright did there, but he made the decision to, instead of just kind of chucking there and hoping it deflects in, which a lot of players do, he's gone, well, I've probably blocked the top half of the bed, so let's look at the bottom.
That's 7 legs in. Every single one of them has been a break of throw. Been a hold of throw, beg your pardon. The opportunities to break have been few and far between.
140. $59.
Well, there may be an opportunity
83.
coming Peter Wright's way here. Price will look at the 18s to leave his favourite double.
90.
He has given Wright that chance, but the last dart just slipping into the treble 1 has made it a more difficult chance.
Treble 19 would leave the bull. For 127 and game. Oh, well, he missed it by a distance.
2 10s.
Game shot.
And you may have just heard Gerwyn Price again greet the double with a little release of emotion. Just getting himself going. It is 4 apiece in this race to 8 legs. Wright has been so strong on his own throwing it.
140.
Once again kicks off with a big, big visit.
$134.
You go back to 2016 when Gerwyn Price was very, very new to the tour. Won a couple of titles. He beat Peter Wright in the final at one of them. Obviously beat him in the final of the Grand
100.
Slam. Last year retaining that title, and Peter Wright, his first big TV title, came beating Gerwyn Price in the final of the UK Open. They've had some significant clashes. Yeah, it's personally significant, as well as significant because there are some big, big tournaments in there. But at the moment, they're both averaging in that sort of 110, 110.
57.
And if they carry on in this vein, then this is going to be significant has been a record-breaking final on what may well be a record-breaking day of Pro Tour darts.
76.
Well, that hurts. That really hurts. Got the numbers right. The dart looked in the right area, but it's come off the metal.
$140.
Peter Wright showing no sympathy. Piles in a 140 to bookend the scoring phase of this leg.
90.
This is what Peter Wright does. Produces these kind of finishes at these kind of moments.
48.
On this occasion, and now there is a chance for Price to pick his pocket and break his throat.
Yeah, ball first dart. He was looking at 25 tops, but this is even better. Just the one tops required.
65.
But you saw the wire move.
For the pair of them, there might be the types of chances that they're going to get. They might be the only types of chances that they're going to get to break.
Well, the main opportunities for a break of throw have come for Gerwyn Price.
81.
He may have trailed in the averages all the way through this game, but the big moments, the chances to break the throw, he's had to miss a couple of darts in that 7th leg. He's missed a dart there in the 9th
57.
leg.
$180.
Peter Wright was certainly much more dominant in the early part of this match. It's tailed off a little bit, and that is been very, very critical
100.
to use that kind of description. But Price is carving out more opportunities. It's a very, very
180.
interesting, intriguing game of cat and mouse now here.
Well, you could see
96.
Wright versus Price in the final of some big, big events right the way through this year. With the way that they've started this year, the way they're playing right now. It is another fabulous leg of darts, and both men are averaging just shy of 110.
Yeah, Price's turn to add an 11 darter to this final.
100.
What a final it is. The quality we expected, and the drama may be about
60.
to unfold. We said it would be close. It is. It's excellent, and I'm none the wiser to which way it's going to go.
Well, he doesn't need a break of throw, Peter Wright. He just needs to keep
91.
holding. But it's easier said than done. He has only had the one dart to break Gerwyn Price. That was
78.
that bullseye that he missed for 127 in game. I just kind of want to see it go to a last leg decider. Saw that happen last week on Sunday, didn't we, between Ian White and Christoph Ratajski, and that
140.
did not disappoint.
Yeah, we had some fabulous drama in that one.
134.
Peter Wright, of course, finally getting to a final on the floor this year, having gone to the quarters 4 times and converting that to semis twice. Does he go for the bull here? What are you thinking, Peter?
138.
He's just thinking about winning the leg and keeping the advantage.
I think that probably suggests that Peter Wright knows
134.
how much of a battle this is.
But it also suggests, as you suggested earlier in the match, Dan, that it's
Game
important to him to pick up a title on the floor.
Absolutely. Look, he said on Thursday night in Cardiff, having beaten Rob Cross, he feels he can win
180.
everything this year. He's never felt better. Winning the World Championship, we knew it could go one or two ways, couldn't it? He could be imbued with confidence and go to another level, which seems to be what's happened, or he could go, oh, big
57.
sigh of relief, I've won that, and then maybe he tails off a bit. It's like he has a breather, but not a word of that.
What was
Just
it?
wants it.
What was interesting in the
97.
aftermath of that World Final, he immediately kind of absolved himself of any pressure, and in doing that, put it all on the shoulders of Michael van Gerwen, the world number 1 who lost that final. And here's
96.
Peter Wright, who's produced the best darts of the year all year, looking to pick up his third title, including that one on New Year's Day, the big one. And Michael van Gerwen in 2020 yet to win one, and for the first time, if he doesn't pick up the title tomorrow, MVG could go 2 months into a season without winning a title for the first time in 9 years.
Well, a guy who is used to winning about 50% of the tournaments he plays, and when he's on form, about 60%.
89.
What has he won? None out of 8? No, none out of 7 so far.
All right, winning the battle on and off the hockey against MVG so far. Is he going to win the battle on the hockey against Gerwyn Price? He's going to apply some pressure here, but
140.
it's not often that Price would not get rid of this.
Game shot.
6-6. 12 consecutive holds of throw. 3 more, and Peter Wright wins this. Price needs a break. Time is running out. He's averaging 109, has still not managed to get ahead in this match at any point.
Well, the grimace from Gerwyn there suggests that he thinks he might have had to hit a 9-darter to break the throw. Such is the quality of Peter Wright in this match.
140. 134. 100.
Well, whatever happens, whoever walks away with the title and the £10,000 in ranking money, they have underlined that when you're talking, you're having a discussion about who the best player in the world is right now, you have to include these 2 men. You have to.
Treble 20. Double 18.
103.
Well, it's a miss, but it's a miss at a time when Price is a long way back on a big outshot, which he's not going to threaten.
93.
He has had a couple of moments when he's missed doubles and clutches, Peter Wright.
Game
But he
shot.
does not miss here. Double 9 is there. 1 up, 1 away. From his first Pro Tour title of the year, his 3rd in total.
134.
And it brings him closer to 30 PDC titles, if he can get over the line.
Well, that's a perfect start. Failed to follow, but
140.
it has been holds a throw all the way through this final. And Peter Wright knows that even if he doesn't win this leg,
100.
he will have the advantage in the decider.
Well, if this was their Premier League meeting on Thursday, it would have ended with a draw. That is not an option here today.
He's become the
100.
master of the draw, Gerwyn Price, in the Premier League over the last couple of seasons.
97.
Now, can Wright leave himself a finish? That's a frustrating one. Again, we're going to see him stubbornly stay on that treble 20. Can he find a... surely look at the 17s.
91.
Wonderful stuff. Well, the biggest finish of them all could have a big say in this final. Price fails to get a dart.
130.
Can Wright get a dart? Can Wright win it with the biggest of the lots?
Behave, Peter. To cap the most incredible day of darts.
Bullseye. And Peter Wright pins the big fish, the 170, to win the final. A maximum checkout in the final, a maximum checkout to win the final, and Peter Wright has picked up his first title on the floor, his first floor title as world champion.